Amazing birds of Africa. There are many different types of birds in Africa. In fact, there are 2,341 species of native African birds, and 25 of those species are endemic, meaning you can't find them anywhere else. Some of the most exotic African birds include the lilac-breasted roller, brown snake eagle, Cape glossy starling, marabou stork, and the African white-backed vulture. While wildlife lovers tend to focus first and foremost on Africa's safari animals, its wonderful birds should definitely not be overlooked. If you're heading off on an African safari, or you just want to find out about some of the amazing birds of Africa. The world's largest living bird is found in Africa. The ostrich can be up to 2.7 m tall and weighing up to 145 kg. Typically, they are found on Africa's savanna and desert lands north and south of the Sahara. The smallest bird in Africa is the southern pendulum tit at around 10 centimeters long and weighing 7 to 8 grams. They are found in Angola, Botswana, Namibia, South Africa, and Zimbabwe. The heaviest flying bird in Africa is the Kori bustard and can weigh up to 19 kg. The social weaver bird builds the largest communal nest in the world. They are found in South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia. Flamingo. The range of the greater flamingos extends across the entire shoreline of Africa. They live in large colonies, oftentimes numbering into the thousands of individuals, and they tend to occupy large mud flats where the loose mud can be easily formed into the mounds that they use as nests. In colonies with such large populations, occasional food shortages arise, and flocks will perform short migrations in search of greater food resources. Flamingos are most well known for their bright pink coloration, and in fact, the word flamingo derives from Old Spanish for flaming or red feather. Individuals have long, graceful necks and legs which, in proportion to body size, are the longest of any bird. They will often rest their head on their body in order to avoid fatigue in the neck muscles. Ostrich. The largest and one of the world's most well-known birds, the ostrich is found exclusively in Africa. It is also the world's heaviest bird, measuring up to 8 feet tall and weighing up to 300 pounds. Ostriches are also sexually dimorphic. Males are black in color with white wing plumes and tail, and females are almost entirely drab-gray. Although they still have flight feathers on their wings, they cannot fly and instead have evolved long, powerful legs, which serve as their main mode of transportation. These large, strong legs also serve as protection from predators. Ostriches are found throughout Africa, but contrary to popular belief, they prefer to inhabit lush, open grasslands, not deserts. They are usually silent creatures, although when either territories or females are threatened, a deep resonating boom will echo through the African bush. Gray-crowned crane. The body of the gray-crowned crane is mainly gray. The wings are predominantly white but contain feathers with colors ranging from white to brown to gold. The head is topped with a crown of stiff golden feathers. Cheek patches are white, and a red gular sac is present under the chin. Legs and toes are black and the bill is short and dark gray. They have long hind toes that allow them to roost in trees. All cranes engage in dancing, which includes various behaviors such as head pumping, bowing, jumping, running, stick or grass tossing, and wing flapping. Although primarily done as a part of mating rituals, dances are often performed outside of the breeding season as well. Malachite kingfisher. Malachite kingfishers are widely distributed in Africa south of the Sahara. They are small, 13 centimeters in length. The general color of the upper parts of the adult bird is a bright metallic blue. The head has a short crest of black and blue feathers. The face, cheeks, and underparts are rufous and there are white patches on the throat and rear neck sides. The bill is black in young birds and reddish-orange in adults and the legs are bright red. This bird has regular perches or stands, usually low over the water, from which it catches fish, aquatic insects and crustaceans. The fish is usually lifted and carried by its middle, but its position is changed, sometimes by tossing it into the air, before it is swallowed head downwards. Yellow-billed stork. The yellow-billed stork, a member of the wading family, occurs in Africa south of the Sahara and in Madagascar. It favors aquatic habitats, including shallow lakes, mud flats, coastal lagoons, and meadows, where it feeds on crustaceans, small fish, frogs, insects, and worms. Yellow-billed storks typically use one foot to stir up the water or mud which disturbs and flushes out the prey. Then they submerge their heads quickly in the water, snapping their bills on small prey. Plumage on the yellow-billed stork is mainly pinkish-white with black wings and tail. They have a bright yellow bill that is long, slightly curved and thick at the base. Their necks are also long and slender and grayish-white. Their legs vary from a dark red to light pink and are long and skinny. Secretary bird. The secretary bird is a large, mostly terrestrial bird of prey. Endemic to Africa, it is usually found in the open grasslands and savanna of the sub-Sahara. It has traditionally been admired in Africa for its striking appearance and has been a common motif for African countries on postage stamps. The secretary bird hunts its prey on foot. Prey consists of insects, small mammals, lizards, snakes, young birds, bird eggs, and sometimes dead animals killed in grass or bush fires. It also waits near fires, eating anything it can that is trying to escape. Secretary birds associate in monogamous pairs. During courtship, they exhibit a nuptial display by soaring high with undulating flight patterns and calling with guttural croaking. Males and females can also perform a grounded display by chasing each other with their wings up and back, much like the way they chase prey. Red-billed hornbill. Red-billed hornbills are social birds that gather in small groups or pairs. Although they are large birds, they are one of the smaller hornbills. They are unique because their first two neck vertebrae are fused in order to support their large bills. Hornbills are omnivorous birds, eating fruit, insects, and small animals. When nesting, the female actually seals herself inside the nest with the eggs by building a wall of mud, food remains, and her own droppings. She will leave a small open slit, just big enough for the male to transfer food to her and her chicks. When the chicks and the female are too big to fit in the nest, the mother breaks out and rebuilds the wall, and then both parents feed the chicks. Lilac-breasted roller. The lilac-breasted roller is widely distributed in sub-Saharan Africa. Preferring open woodland and savanna, it is largely absent from treeless places. Usually found alone or in pairs, it perches conspicuously at the tops of trees, poles, or other high vantage points from where it can spot insects, lizards, scorpions, snails, small birds and rodents moving about at ground level. Nesting takes place in a natural hole in a tree where a clutch of 2 to 4 eggs is laid, and incubated by both parents, who are extremely aggressive in defense of their nest, taking on raptors and other birds. During the breeding season, the male will rise to great heights, descending in swoops and dives, while uttering harsh, discordant cries. The sexes are alike in coloration. Juveniles do not have the long tail feathers that adults do. African fish eagle. Found throughout sub-Saharan Africa, African fish eagles are found primarily along bodies of water including rivers, lakes, floodplains, coasts, estuaries, mangrove lagoons, and swamps. Their primary food source, as the name implies, is fish. An individual may consume half a pound of fish per day. Typical fishing behavior involves soaring followed by diving to the water's surface to catch fish with their talons. It often requires several attempts before a successful catch occurs, with only 1 in 7 to 8 attempts ending in success. Adult African fish eagles are large, readily recognizable raptors, with their pure white head, neck, chest, and tail and dark chestnut-brown body. They have broad, rather long wings, and a fairly short, rounded tail. Helmeted guinea fowl. The head and neck of the helmeted guinea fowl are bare with bright blue skin and a red wattle hanging from the throat and cheeks. On top of the head sits a dull yellow or reddish bony knob which gives the bird its characteristic helmeted appearance. The rest of its body is covered with blackish-gray feathers dotted with white spots. These birds are terrestrial and prone to run rather than fly when alarmed. They have a short-lived explosive flight and rely on gliding to cover extended distances. Guinea fowl are equipped with strong claws and scratch in loose soil for food much like domestic chickens. Their diet consists of a variety of animal and plant food including seeds, fruits, greens, snails, spiders, worms and insects, frogs, lizards, small snakes and small mammals.